Okay, I'm going to start out the forecast with a little bit of a sidetrack on the minor earthquake that happened just about at 3:24 this morning. So really just a little over a couple hours. It was centered down in the South Bay, to be specific, about a mile southeast of Saratoga. And if we look at the map where you get the reports from the USGS, from people acknowledging that it was felt widely enough here that it registers on the map, but look at the shades of light blue for the communities right in and around Saratoga, telling you that you had to be pretty close to the epicenter on this mile 2.3, and even at that, it was felt very lightly. But if you're up with us this morning and you think you felt something around 3:24 this morning, you are absolutely right. You did. It was a mild earthquake. We don't have any reports of damage from something that small, thankfully, but that's what happened. Live look outside right now, down 880. It's cloudy out there, and I'm happy to say this is majority just marine layer. However, it is still going to look hazy this morning. Sunrise will probably still have some of that real eerie-looking orange tinge to it today. But the same story applies on today's smoke as yesterday, whereas the smoke's going to stay elevated, so you'll continue to see haze in the sky. But down at the lower levels, near the ground, where we all live, it's a good story in terms of air quality. I showed you the current sensors showing good, Bay Area wide. And if we watch the futurecast on this, here's this morning at 6. I'm going to play us through the day and watch this clear pattern as the onshore flow moves in and throughout the second half of today into Monday. What little smoke does remain, and there is enough smoke that some sensors are still reading moderate out there down in the South Bay and the East Bay. But even those are all going to go green over the next several hours. Now, the takeaway on this is, even though we're doing a good job of clearing out the smoke, there's still the potential for enough of it out there. And with the Bay Area Air Quality District having still issued that air quality advisory through today, the official forecast is the potential is there for moderate air quality. Again, that's not that bad. That's kind of the worst case scenario from this. All right, good news on the smoke, at least for now, and at least for the Bay Area. The rest of the state's a different story. Current temperatures out there right now have us in the low 60s. We can see the marine layer having filled in much of the immediate bay for now. That's where the gray is coming from. That will melt back to the coast by the time we get into the late morning. We get a little bit of light mist out of this along the coast. Once again, it's thick enough for that. Daytime highs today. This is the coolest day in the whole 7-day forecast. We're only going to the mid and upper 80s for daytime highs for the inland valleys. We'll top out at 83 in Santa Rosa, 80 in San Jose. Oakland will go to 70. And in the 7-day forecast, we'll take that 70 in Oakland for today and watch it warm up to near 80 through the end of the week. It is going to get a little warmer through the 7-day forecast. San Jose's numbers will climb into the upper 80s. And as we look at the 7-day for inland East Bay valleys, this is where we really notice it. Low hundreds are coming back by the time we get to Friday. For the valleys of the North Bay, it'll be low to mid 90s. So it is going to start to get hot around here again, Devin. It doesn't look like too extreme of a heat wave, but there is starting to become a more clear pattern now that by the end of this coming week, some heat will return for the inland valleys.
You know, Darren, both of us are native Californians, and I think to natives, if an earthquake is not probably above 5.0,
right,
it barely even registers.
I think you probably have a valid point, with the exception of having a 2.3 centered in your neighborhood. If you feel it,
if it's right under you, then yes, you feel it more.
And then you're going to want to know, what was that? Was that an earthquake? Which is why we will we'll make sure to tell you about those as well when they happen.
All right.